Hello, this week is Home IV Nutrition Week. In celebration of this event, I wanted to share how I set up my IV nutrition. This is a bag of IV nutrition. It is also called TPN. It comes in two forms. One bag is white and the other bag is clear. The clear bag has water, dextrose, amino acids, and electrolytes such as calcium, chloride, and sodium. The white bag has the exact same items in it, except it also has lipids. Lipids are fatty molecules which are white. Thus, when they're added to the TPN, it turns the TPN solution white. I do 3 bags of the lipids each week and 4 bags of the clear each week. When I get the TPN bags, you can see they do not have any tubing attached to them. It would be very hard to infuse this without adding tubing. So that's what I have to do every night when I want to infuse this. I must connect tubing to my TPN. Once the tubing is connected, it is then attached to my IV line. For TPN, the IV needs to be a line called a central line. A central line is an IV which enters the body, and a catheter is threaded into a vein which leads to the heart. There are many different types of central lines. The line I use is called a PICC line. The IV enters my upper arm and a long catheter ends in a vein near my heart. Now that I've explained the basics, I will show you how I set up my TPN. First, I tie my hair back. I do not want any hair in my face or around my medical equipment, so I make sure my hair is always out of my face. Next, I lay down towels. I try to make sure all my surfaces are covered with towels because TPN is very sticky. I do not want to get TPN anywhere except on the towels, which are very easy to throw into the wash. Also, the vitamins I'm going to be adding are yellow and orange, which make a mess if you spill them. It is very easy to throw a towel into the wash versus trying to clean up the floor or cabinets or your bedding. It is so much easier to use towels, so that's why I lay down towels before I begin. Next, I set up all my medical supplies. We're going to need alcohol swabs, syringes. I only need 1 syringe, but I always have at least 2 on hand just in case I drop one. Tubing, again, I always have 2 on hand just in case I drop one. Gonna have my multivitamins. I have my TPN, a TPN pull, which I'm gonna need when I prime the solution, and my TPN pump. So now that we have all these items, the first thing I usually do is wash my hands. Once I've washed my hands, next I add my multivitamin. When you look at your bag of TPN, there are going to be 3 ports at the bottom. There's this port, which they're going to use at the pharmacy to infuse the TPN into the bag. There's going to be this middle port, which you're going to use to spike the bag. And then there's going to be this third port, which is where you're going to infuse your multivitamin. Some bags have foil like this, and some bags actually have like a little clip, kind of like this one. My bag has the foil, so we'll undo the foil and get ready to infuse the multivitamin. Once we've gotten the foil off, we're gonna alcohol swab it. We're gonna clean it because it has all the sticky residue on it. So you're gonna clean and clean and clean it. Once I have this clean, I'm gonna carefully put this down, not getting anything on this terminal. All right, so that's set down. Next, we're gonna open up our multivitamins. These just have caps and you're just gonna pop them off and pop them off. And then we're gonna take some alcohol swabs and clean the top of these. You're just gonna clean. Now that one's done. Then I'm gonna open up another alcohol swab and clean the next one. And we clean. Okay, that one's done. Now when you put these down, you're very careful not to get anything on top of there. So I'm gonna carefully set that down. Next, I'm gonna open up my syringe. Once I get my syringe open, I always tighten this because this is the needle, and I cannot tell you how many times this has not been tight. And then when I try to get the vitamin out, it squirts all over the place. So I always make sure it's tight. Next, I'm going to put 5 milliliters of my 1 multivitamin. So I'm going to pull back on the syringe and get 5 milliliters, if you can see that. Right there, 5 milliliters. Now I'm going to carefully take off this cap, and this 5 milliliters is just air. We need to infuse air into the multivitamin. So I'm going to put this carefully into the multivitamin, like that. Turn it upside down. I'm going to infuse the air, and then I'm going to carefully withdraw the multivitamin. As you can see, it's a nice orangey substance, and I got the 5 milliliters. So now I'm going to take this out carefully. And then I'm going to get another 5 milliliters of air into the syringe. As you can see, another 5 milliliters. And I'm going to take the other multivitamin and very carefully inject this like that. And I'm going to infuse the air into this multivitamin. Now I'm going to very carefully extract 5 milliliters of this multivitamin. And this second one's always more tricky because it has both multivitamins in. And there we go. I'm going to carefully take that out. Now there's going to be a little bit of air, so you're going to kind of tap it a little bit, and you're going to push up just a little bit to get some of that air out. Now that I've gotten the air out, I'm going to take my bag of TPN. And again, we're going to look for this port. And I'm always nervous that this might have gotten dirty. So again, I will carefully wipe this off. Now that I wipe this off, I'm going to carefully stab the bag with this port, if you can see this. And I'm going to put this in and infuse, and you can see it's going in, and ooh, look at all that. Isn't that pretty? And we're done. We got all the multivitamin in there. And now this is really the tricky part, to get this out without stabbing yourself. Okay, now we have this, and now we're going to carefully mix this back and forth, back and forth. You can do a little dance. Okay, I think that's pretty well mixed. So now that that's mixed, I'm going to hang this up for the moment. And one thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're going to cap your needle. So let's cap the needle. And I'm not very good at this. And this is not the safest way to do this, but in order to get this on film, we have to do it that way. So once I cap this, then I have a sharps container. I'm going to take the needle off and put it in the sharps container and dispose of the needle properly. So we're done with the multivitamin. That's the hardest part. Congratulations. Okay, next it's time for the tubing. Are you excited? I am. All right. So as I said, there were a couple ports here. So we've already used this port to get the multivitamin, and the only port we have left is the middle one. And this one has a cap on the top, and it's really hard to pop off. So I'm going to try really hard not to make a mess here. So we're going to pop this cap off. There we go. And I'm going to carefully put this down, not getting this cap contaminated because this is sterile. So I'm going to carefully put this down. Next, I'm going to open my package with my tubing. And now the package with the tubing, I do not open all the way, simply because I use this as a waste container. So I'm going to take out the instructions, because who needs those? And I'm just going to take out just this first part of the tubing, and this is going to be the part that we're going to spike into the bag. So I'm going to carefully take this off. Carefully get this up. All right, now I'm going to stab this very, very precisely and turn. We did it. Congratulations. Okay, now we're going to have to prime this, and this is really tricky because you want to get all this air out of the tubing without making a mess. So here we go. I always keep this inside here. I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay, now that we have that, I'm going to carefully take this out and take out all this stuff. And here's the end of the tube, and I'm going to put the end of the tube into this baggie, and here's the clamp. And so what we have to do is we have to get all this all full, and this is a filter, and there's always air in here. So you always want to shake this up to get all the air out. As you can see, it should start priming. I'm going to shake, shake, shake. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show this on camera because I can't be at the same height as this. So I'm going to let this prime. I have to go below the height of this, otherwise it won't prime. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's primed. Okay, so now all the tubing has the TPN in it. And to prevent this from leaking everywhere, we're going to clip the line. And if you can see, there's solution in there. And this is just going to be waste. But don't tip this upside down. The solution is really, really sticky. I just use this for my waste. And we're just going to keep that cap in there so it's nice and clean. Next, there is a clip on here. If you can see, there's this little twisty-do. So this line is going to be completely open until I undo this clip. There's a spring in here. Once it activates, it's going to clamp down and it's going to help prevent this from leaking. So here we go. We got to twist it. It's off. Just this little piece of plastic. Next, we're going to put this into my pump. So here's my pump. I'm going to lift to open. Voila. And this pump is really confusing because it seems backwards to me. So you're going to put this blue tab in this side here, this little knob, and there's this little port to put the tubing in. And now be very careful because this loves to slam shut on your fingers. Painful, painful, painful. Okay, and then we're going to put this like this, so the big portion is down and it's going to just hug in there. And then we're going to very carefully, without getting your fingers, push down, and it's in. So that's how I set up my TPN. Once I change in my pajamas and I'm ready to set this up, then I'll flush my line and hook up the actual TPN, but I'm not ready for bed. So that's how I do my TPN every night. I hope it was very informational and instructional, and I hope you have a wonderful Home IV Nutrition Awareness Week. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye. Hello, welcome to my bathroom, also known as a makeshift YouTube studio when you want to do TPN. And there is my camera and my computer. Hi. And there's my toilet, which is doubling right now as a desk because I don't have a lot of room. And there are lots and lots of lights in here because the lighting is very dim. And there are all my supplies to do my video. And of course, the magic, the stars of the film are my TPN bags. Hi guys, nice to see you.